Great White is a pretty enjoyable film. This was released in 2021. It's directed by Martin Wilson. It's written by Michael Boughen, and we have a cast including Katrina Bowden and Jakubenko and several others. And the performances are really good. The characters are well written. The story is pretty decent. And while I wouldn't say it's completely scary, this is the first shark-based film I've seen in a while when I genuinely felt really nervous. It's a little slow to begin with, but eventually, it's about a group of people who are out on a seaplane, and the seaplane is destroyed, so they're floating on a raft, and of course, there is a shark lurking. And we get this brilliant moment quite early on in the film, before they're on this raft, and one of them is under the water, and they see this wreckage, and they see a person, and I have to say, it was very, very effective. Not quite a jump scare, but it did make me kind of pull back. I wasn't expecting it that early on in the film to get that gory and a little bit graphic. It wasn't horrendous, but it was certainly very satisfying. And from that point on, things really started to move forward. And I think the horror aspect, as I said, it's not terrifying, but it's the first shark film I've seen in a very long time where I felt genuinely scared at certain moments. And I think it worked really, really well. Very well written. Yes, the pacing to begin with was very slow, but once we got there, I'd say after the first half an hour, and the film is an hour and a half, so the second half certainly is brilliant, and a little bit leading up to that as well. And in general, it's a good story, definitely suspenseful, and the characters are well written, the performances are good. I got a real sense of tension developing between the characters as well, they have their own little things to argue about, but they're also very stressed about the situation as well. So there are some quite tense conversations, and they're also trying to work together and often butting heads a little bit with the situation. And I think it's very believable, very realistic, and very well handled, and very well shot as well, visually quite satisfying. So all things considered, I'd say Great White is a decent film. I certainly enjoyed it, and it's easily one of the most, not necessarily terrifying shark films that I've seen, but certainly one of the most suspenseful, with some really great moments. And ultimately, I'm quite happy. If you're looking for a decent shark film that's not terrifying, but certainly a little intense, with some great characters and performances, then I'd say Great White is definitely one that's worth checking out.